This is round 2 between Team VC and Team Procrastination. Tuna spawning as the red Protoss on the bottom left-hand corner, Blistering Sands, and his opponent, WhatIsIt, as the light pink Protoss at the top right. We're going to see a PvP on Blistering Sands. This is part of the Reddit Team League, sponsored by imfdb.org. Check them out. They put $150 rather towards the prize pool. I'm Absentis, and I'm co-casting with SeaGnome. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little tired because we've been casting for like 2.5 hours by now, but whatever. And I think it's actually 125, 100 for the winning team, and then 25 for the MVP.
You are absolutely correct, and I shall also blame fatigue for messing that up. So WhatIsIt? Sending out a little bit of an earlier scout. Tuna's probably going to wait to put down a 12 gateway and then send a scout out.
Yeah, and PvP, these mirror matches are really starting to kill me.
Yeah, we have seen, well, I know of at least one other PvP on this map. Team Canada versus the Zell Narwhals. Tuna throwing down his gateway a little later than his opponent.
Yeah, WhatIsIt? He's got the scout in there. He's going to see everything, which is all standard, really. And Tuna is going to be able to pretty much see the exact same thing. WhatIsIt now getting up his gas, and Tuna getting up his a little bit earlier, I think, like 2 seconds earlier.
Yeah, nothing huge at the moment. The advantage is towards WhatIsIt, simply because he has a scouting drone, or a scouting probe rather, still in his opponent's base. But yeah, no proxy shenanigans, no Zell rushes. Everything looks pretty normal.
So with this game, this means that both teams will have gotten Terran and Protoss out of the way. So that means that they'll just need to each field the Zerg, and then they'll have 2 games for whatever race they want. Both players throwing down their cores now. Well, actually, Tuna has his up a little bit earlier.
Yeah, you're right. For the Reddit Team League, the way it works is, for those unfamiliar with the Pro League matchup, or setup rather, each team fields a 1 player for each map. They're given a list of maps beforehand. 4 maps are regular games. One is the ace match. That will be played in the event of a tie. And I totally forgot where I was going with that train of thought. Right. Teams are required to field 1 of each race. So 1 Terran, 1 Zerg, 1 Protoss each week. And remaining 2 of their choice. Only difference here, it looks like Tuna is a little bit ahead with his warp gate research. I think he's chrono boosting that, while WhatIsIt is instead favoring to chrono boost out a stalker on the gateway. Yeah,
a little strange actually. Going for, well, in PvP, I tend to see the first unit being, or the first combat unit being made is generally a stalker. I mean, unless they're worried about an early push coming or doing an early push, but.
Well, you can usually fit in a zealot before that core gets down. You can put out a stalker.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, both players going for the 3 gates on Tuna's side. Just the 2 for WhatIsIt, and
WhatIsIt looks like he's gonna put on a robotics facility, but at the back of his base, I guess he's hiding that tech. Tuna throwing down a pylon. Just behind this shrubbery, I'll call it. Whatever it is, it blocks the line of sight. So it looks like Tuna might be looking forward to taking those back rocks and get a kind of a straight entrance to his opponent's base.
Certainly makes sense, I think. Oh, actually he's going for a straight push here. And WhatIsIt? His positioning on the troops is kind of questionable. I mean, just sitting them up there. If they're going to be defending, why not just throw them near the ramp where they can at least get a few free shots in?
True. I guess they're just in the middle between the rocks and the ramp. Tuna's going to push in now on a move. Up 1 stock, but as soon as WhatIsIt warps some troops, he'll be ahead. There we go. 2 stalkers being put in, so 5-3. That zealot not going to be able to do much of anything, and Tuna will be chased off.
Yeah, now it looks like he's going to go for those rocks. He is positioning his troops near that. And unfortunately, WhatIsIt doesn't have any vision on these rocks.
Yeah, it's pretty uncommon for players not to put a pylon back there. So these rocks may very well go down before WhatIsIt even realizes this is happening. Trying to get out an Immortal, though he is supply blocked. It's really unfortunate that Immortal can really make a difference very early on in the game.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to put down a pylon over those rocks now, but it's going to be quite a bit too late, and those troops are already inside.
And that probe is sniped and intercepted. A full, just a huge stalker force for WhatIsIt. I guess that Tuna's not confident enough to move on in yet.
He did have 2 less stalkers.
Alright, that would explain it, and that Immortal now is out and
stuck.
appears to be completely trapped.
I actually remember that from the first time.
And, oh no, WhatIsIt is gonna have to supply block himself to get out that Immortal.
Okay, so, yeah, it's probably just not a good idea to hide your tech like that.
Yeah, I mean, gateways or the Twilight Council, sure, but a unit-producing structure like a robo facility, probably you should have it out there.
I mean, especially in matchups like this, where your opponent kind of assumes that you're eventually going to be getting one pretty quickly anyway.
Yeah, it looks like WhatIsIt's going to push out now. With that Immortal, it's a pretty formidable force. Tuna's Zealots are not going to be able to do too much unless that Sentry gets down some freaking amazing force fields, but only has 1, or enough mana for 1. So probably not going to be able to do too much in that direction. Economically about even. Just right now it's the unit composition that differs, and Tuna does not have a second Immortal out. Is supply block, so WhatIsIt will get his second Immortal before Tuna.
Yeah, and Tuna actually going into a full retreat here. I'm not sure if I agree with this, because this means that he's just giving up that map control that he previously had. Even though his opponent wasn't chasing him down at all, WhatIsIt actually just going to throw up another gate and a Twilight Council, which I do like. I assume we're going to be seeing Blink out of that, just because he has so many stalkers.
Yeah, that sounds incredibly reasonable.